Metin Akay. I'm an educator. I record from the room. I teach, and I also involve with the society. I'm the ambassador for our society. EMBS is the largest society. Goal is to really improve the quality of the life and also promote the field of healthcare engineering innovation globally. This is a slide from World Health Organization. This is old, but it just shows that which kind of disease we are going to face next decade, even. If you look at the number one is the chronic disease, which means that engineering innovations can really define futures, medicine, and also innovation. Second one, there's a large growing population, people suffer from neurological disease, including dementia, Alzheimer's, because we are aging society. But these technologies has been used 2,000 years ago, first time in China, they knew about the epilepsy. And the surgeon wanted to operate on the Chinese emperor, and he said that this bunch of neurons are really synchronized, desynchronized in your brain. I need to open up and remove these neurons. Of course, Chinese, they don't need enemies. They handle each other. Immediately, they put the surgeon in jail. And his book is right now in Taiwan. If you go see it, the physiology book, absolutely the same book, Guyton's Physiology, as of today. Third is the cancer. Cancer is a global disease. More and more societies stress out, more and more we have cancer-related events. But it's important thing for the next generation people is translate the research. This is one example of the one institution contribution to the global economy. We are talking about $2 trillion. $2 trillion, in fact, is the GDP of India and Italy. And is the number of the people they employed close to 5 million plus we are talking about. This institute is Massachusetts Institute of Technology. One institution, it's alone. This is Texas is the Mecca for healthcare. As you can see, there are 7 hospitals, but more and more focus is shifting. In addition to service, is more have small, mid-sized companies, and it's translational research. EMBS, we do care about the women, and we have done several activities. This is the first global forum we organized in Sydney. We have several leaders attended, and also the public forums we started, because society needs to interact with the community. That's why during my presidency, we shifted all our policy to interact, and we are the first time ever IEEE society in Israel. We jointly have the Technion and Tel Aviv. It was an amazing event. Then we moved to NUS, and also we organized the data science, AI in healthcare activities. And also this is the first Malta conference. As you can see, 4 our speakers, they were coming from industry. Of course, we should not worry about how big we are, if you have quality, more members will come. Our membership is significantly improved globally. It's Tunisia, first time we were in Africa, and it was a remarkable event. We had 1,200 students, they were attending the conference. 2027, we are going to Singapore, and it's the amazing location, and already we appreciate the $500,000 donation from Tourism Bureau of Singapore for this conference. I was able to talk with them, use my Turkish charm. And of course, all credit goes to CT Lim and others. We are going to have the second data science in healthcare AI in also Singapore. And these are the leaders. Of course, 2027, we hope to go to the beautiful city in Istanbul, hopefully. And the AI in healthcare, we have the leadership academy. And this year we had 900 applications for 32 spots. All of them are funded, all of them are fellow. We have the 10 professors, faculty, they come, they are CEOs, the companies, and also EU commissioner was able to attend our activities. I want to talk about a little bit our own research. I was born in eastern part of Turkey. It's a cold area. Winter is almost 8-9 months. I was 4 years old. My sister died. We had no idea why she died. I believe at that time she died because of the sudden infant death syndrome. Because those days, they wrap the babies around too heavy, everybody smokes in the room. The mindset is excessive feeding, nicotine, alcohol, highly likely, really some subset of the babies could be leads to sudden infant death syndrome. At Dartmouth, when I was faculty with the Harvard and Oxford collaboration, here the first time we have shown that these 2nd and 4th month of the human babies, animal you need to translate, neurons growth dendrite slows down. So that time, if you expose the cells, the neurons at the cellular level, it really dismantles their activities. So somehow, is the one idea could be using even classic music could help the dendrites grow between second and fourth month could be very, very effective. But it's looking for the problem at cellular level will not solve it. We need to look at the molecular level, and systemic level is very, very important. This is a very complex system. If you look at the addiction part, is the ventral tegmental area critical. If you look at the projection, projects the prefrontal cortex, and then from you have a feedback. And normally if there's an excitement, let's say the Liverpool beats Chelsea and excitement, more dopamine neuron will be dumped into prefrontal cortex. So we are learning mechanism. There's an incredible contribution from the neuroscientists, but we are coming with new tools and new activities and looking for the engineering innovations. This has been highlighted Texas Medical Center, and we were shown that is the alcohol, nicotine, really changed the gene pathways. The technology we have developed jointly with Japan. This is the size we are talking about, the millimeter level, and the resolution is micrometer. We can implant the CMOS into the brain, any area, VTA, ACC, prefrontal cortex. We don't need to record from one neuron. We can record hundreds, thousands of neurons at the same time. We use it for the mouse, and then we also look at for the monkeys, and we were also quantify the neurotransmitters, mainly dopamine, GABA, and others in the area. When you stimulate either optogenetics or alcohol or nicotine, we can go to other area. We can take it with our new platform, and we can quantify the estimate of these neurotransmitters. This is a simple example for the mice, and we are using giving the alcohol, and we look at, I'm just skipping some, look at the imaging technology. With the time, after 2 or 3 hours later, we can see the image, the whole area. And it's also, we can record, we can implant in another area, we can look at the projection, interaction between them. The second area, we are really very much interested with the pain research. Forget about everything. This is ACC in the brain. We are recording single unit recording. If you look at before the making pain model, before we infect the sciatic nerves, and then 1 week later, 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later, there is a drastic changes in time frequency analysis. This is the matching pursuit we are using. Look at this. It's the first week is the high frequency decrease, and then high frequency start coming after second and 2 months. It's basically, we are looking how acute pain turns into chronic pain. It's shifting the frequency dynamics in time and frequency. And we are able to record at the same time. If you look at this upper right-hand side, the system is central point is NAC. But the feedback is coming from, if you look at this, it's thalamus to the cortex, ACC, CS1, we can record, and NAC is central because NAC, the VTA dumps the dopamine to NAC provides the feedback, ventral, pallidus, and it goes there. So this goes back to Terry's talk, that is, we can record from different parts, we can look at the projection, we can look at the interaction between them, and we can look at what happens when the pain is acute or chronic, how the system dynamics changes. The technology is, of course, AI could be very useful. We can get these images from the several different parts, and from the S1, ACC, NAC, and is it possible to look at the connectivity between them, develop the deep learning structures, and the frame one is the one area, second, third, and goes back, and we can look at how the dynamics is changing. We simply model everything. Technology-wise, also, we have developed the new ways. Instead of just the imaging, at the same time, can we record the field potential? These are not published data. We have several pending patents, and also we are building the company. We can implant 3 of them, 3 different areas. We can observe the whole circuitry, imaging, and as well as also we can look at the field potential. Of course, healthcare is going to change. One of the mission for IEEE when I became president, I don't want to talk about today. I want to talk about what happens 2052, the 100 years anniversary of the society. I will not be there. I'm sure you will be there. But I think this conference and society structure must change. That's why we have to emphasize more and more local activities, because in the future, we will be handling many things locally, and connectivity is going to be super important. AI is everything in our life, and I think we will embrace. And of course, I would like to bring the attention of the young people, especially for the digital twins, and it's going to be the critical. And we need to promote the women and minorities. This is an ethical and moral responsibility. I was delighted to invited to be the author in the Women and Engineering, and the many brilliant people they contributed. They did all the work, and I would like to conclude here. And I learned a lot from you, and I was super impressed with the contribution of the engineers. I believe that is engineering innovations will has put the biology in front, and also will really drastically innovate the medicine and change how we practice the medicine in decades. It's coming. Thank you so much.